You know Brian Vickers as the winning NASCAR champion and Katie Hoff as a three-time Olympic swimmer. Both also suffer from life and career-threatening blood clots. Vickers in the form of DVT and Hoff had a pulmonary embolism that traveled to her heart. Almost 1 million Americans experience life-threatening blood clots every year. So teaming up with the National Blood Clot Alliance, Katie and Brian together are now talking about their experiences to increase awareness and help others.
Well, thank you for having us on. Thank you for taking the time. We wouldn't be able to get our message out if it wasn't for yourself and networks like you guys. So, to start with, for us, it was nearly, it was a life-threatening situation, nearly took both of our lives, something we totally didn't expect as a young, healthy, fit athlete. Blood clots was never on my mind, and it's why I've poured so much of my heart and soul, and same for Katie, into raising awareness about it, because it's an underdiagnosed, underdiscussed issue. Unfortunately, 100,000 people a year lose their lives to DVT and pulmonary embolism clot-related deaths. We've been very fortunate to get through that, to not be on that list, and we've been very fortunate to be able to partner with Janssen and the National Blood Clot Alliance to help raise awareness about it. There's a 100-day campaign to raise awareness. You can learn a lot about all of this and the signs and symptoms and the risk and benefits of blood thinners and clotting and everything, and most importantly, our stories. And I think people really relate and listen more and understand more when they hear someone's personal story. You can hear Katie's amazing story and mine almost as amazing as her story. On treatmyclot.com. And another thing I'm excited to tell you is that every time you watch one of our stories at treatmyclot.com, Janssen will make a donation to the National Blood Clot Alliance to help raise awareness.
Katie, and I want to ask you, we typically have athletes on a pedestal, and so to hear that you have battles that people may not know about, how important was it to share your story? And please tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, so important. I think you're absolutely right. It's like, you have these, amazing NASCAR drivers or Olympic athletes, and it's like, okay, well, they're strong, they're fit, they're healthy, and, to suddenly feel that vulnerability and not think, okay, I'm invincible, is a pretty, big lesson. And I think that's truly why we're here. It could happen to anyone. So for me, it was, tightness in my chest, very quickly changing to a sharp pain in my side. And, like Brian, I had no idea. Blood clots was the furthest thing from my mind. I just thought, I need to just push through it, and this is just a muscle strain or something like that. And I did not realize the seriousness of the situation until, it could have been too late. I'm extremely lucky that I'm not one of those 100,000 people per year, but at this point, it's just all about empowering other people, spreading our story, spreading awareness, and really taking charge and pushing your doctor, asking questions and understanding those signs and symptoms.
And Brian, I've got to ask you how you're able to balance your career in a NASCAR.
Well, it's not easy. I've gone through a lot of episodes in and out of the car, but I was able to find a solution that was right for me and worked for me, so that I could stay healthy and not have to worry about blood clots, and even still race occasionally. I'm not currently in a car now. I'm taking some time off, focusing on other things, and if the right opportunity presented itself to be back in a winning car, then I would certainly jump on that. But for me, it was the first time I was on warfarin, which was definitely not for me. It came with needles and blood draws and dietary restrictions, and I know I'm a tough race car driver, but I do not like needles. The second time, I found a different solution, a more targeted solution, a newer medication, Xarelto, that was definitely right for me and my lifestyle and the way I live my life, and it made a huge difference for me. But ultimately, it goes back to the message, the point we're trying to get home, which is, if you think something's wrong, you need to go see a doctor. You need to talk to your doctor about what's right for you, because every blood thinner has risk and benefits. But most importantly, we're just trying to raise awareness and keep this top of people's minds, and hear about our stories and what we learned. And you can see that at treatmyclot.com.
Well, thank you to the both of you, not only for your time today, but of course for being spokespeople for this serious issue.